It's Monday morning. Grant Cardone here in the Cardone Zone, and Mondays is reserved for how to create wealth investing in real estate. We make it simple for you here. We talk about real estate, multifamily. I just finished having a meeting for an hour. A guy does industrial. He sells industrial. He made over $1 million last year selling. He's a broker on industrial. So you know the guys. I got some great intel, by the way, about where prices are going, markets that are moving. We're going to refine and confine our conversation today, however, to multifamily. And I'm going to talk to you about how you could go out and raise money for your deals. I raised $15 million in 90 minutes. People are asking me, dude, how do you raise $15 million in under 90 minutes? Okay,
It's a big question too. I get this question all the time.
We hear people all the time, dude, I heard you at your conference meeting, you raised $15 million in 90 minutes. I'll tell you, there's some people out there in the real estate space calling me saying, how did you do that? They got banks calling me, asking me. They got professional real estate people with hundreds of millions of dollars of real estate saying, how did you do that? I got a phone call from a super celeb that's been in the news quite a bit lately. He says, hey man, can you tell me and my team how you did that?
Please.
So I thought it would be great for me to tell you how to raise your money for your deals. I have nothing to hide from you. I'll share it with you exactly how I did it and how you can do it too. I want to tell you that you want to get involved in multifamily real estate, folks. This is going to be, it's got 20 to 25 years of legs. In every city in America where there's job growth, where there's positive migration into that market, start shopping apartment buildings in your town. This book will tell you how to get started, where to get started, what your first perfect size deal is. You can get the book for free. All you do is go to cardonecapital.com/book, cardonecapital.com/book. You get the book for free. All I ask you to do is write a review on the book. Did you like it? Love it? What did you learn from it? I know professional real estate investors that have read that book and said, man, if I would have read that book early in my career, I'd have saved myself 3 or 4 or 5 years and made a lot more money. So grab the book. Also, you guys on YouTube, you're watching, please post a comment. Show is free. We do it every Monday for you. Subscribe to the channel. Give me a little love. Put a little comment down there. If you hate on me, please, at least
Send me some money.
At least comment with your anonymous avatar, because I know you got one. Okay, look, how are you going to raise money? First thing to raising money, you're going to raise money to the degree that you're convinced that what you're doing is a good thing, by the way.
Well, this is a huge topic too, because in every real estate deal, guess what you need?
Money.
Right? You got to have
money,
the dough.
you need a product, you need relationships, you need financing, you need a broker, you need investors. You need a management team. You need, that's what you need. And you need trust, okay? First thing we had to do was get an audience, okay? We had 34,000 people in a room, so that was a good deal. I invested $10 million of my own money to get 34,000 people to show up, just so you know. Now, you can't raise $15 million and pay $10 million for it. Otherwise, you will only have $5 million to invest and you still owe your investors $15. That would be a bad deal. So I had to have a business. You need to go out and figure out what business is going to fund that activity, because we don't take from the investor. Okay, what I mean by that is this. If you go to like Fundrise, even some of the REITs out there, when you go to a meeting and they raise money at that meeting for you to put into a real estate fund, a certain percentage of that goes to, right?
For sure. Yeah.
The broker that brought you to the meeting. We don't do that. 100% of all money, 100% of the money given by this audience went into the fund. Okay, it's not 100 less a piece, it's 100% of the money. So the event that I did had to fund itself, so we're not stealing from the fund, because that would be a problem.
Yeah,
okay?
That's a good point. Hey, Grant, just to add on that, so the brokers, the standard way used to be when you raised money for real estate deals, you'd go through a broker, and then the broker would then say, hey, Grant, here's the money, and they would charge 7 to 14%.
7 to 14%. That's why REITs have a bad reputation, because there's a big fee paid to Natalie for bringing me to the REIT. All right? No, we're not a REIT. We raise money directly. You need a simple story. This is one of the things that we did here, how to raise money, is the story is very simple, but a story doesn't sell if you don't have an audience. Number 2, you need to be a trusted person, okay? No story is going to float if you're not trusted. I've been doing real estate for 30 years, so that helps me. Now you're thinking, well, I'm new to real estate. Well, that's going to make your audience is not going to trust you as much.
Mm-hmm. What are a few examples though, of how you built trust with your audience? Just being simple.
Well, number 1, I communicate with my audience every day. 2, I got a successful business. 3, you can drive by here and see it. 4, you can go to my websites and see that I am an actual guy. 5, I've written a bunch of books. I mean, a lot of people can write books. 6, most importantly, I have done $1.2 billion worth of real estate deals. People see the lifestyle that I've created, and I acknowledge all of it to the real estate. I have 7 businesses, and I tell everybody, dude, the 7th one, the real estate is the party hound. I mean, it is the funnest business that I own. Why? Because I put money in there, and I kind of sit and wait, and then that money explodes over time. I get paid while I wait. Some years are great, some years are better than great, some years are just average, some years, oh my God, what's going to happen? But as long as we have time, and this is the story I tell every day, I have a trusted history with people watching me. I wasn't raising money. 35 years I've been buying real estate. 33 years I was not raising money from the public, okay?
And one of the reasons, just to add to, is one of the reasons why I trusted you so much also from an investor as well, is you actually had money in the deals.
Yeah, I have money in the deals. So I'm telling people, look, I already bought these deals, which brings me to number 3, the product. Okay, now when I was in Marlin Stadium and I'm like, hey guys, it was a Friday night, Saturday night, what night did I do that? I said, hey, if you want to stay, I'm going to do a real estate briefing. I think 12,000 people stayed, 10 or 12,000 people, all interested in real estate. So one thing you have to know is if you're going to raise money, whatever you're going to raise money for, Bitcoin, you're a miner, new stock thing, an IPO, you got an idea for an app, you need to have a product that is easy to tell a story about, that is real. Like, hey guys, this property right here, I bought. Now, this is exactly what I did, by the way. This is one of the properties that we bought.
So your product is the multifamily
My product is that. Here, this is my product. So if you're going to raise money for an app, you need to be like, this is the app, as opposed to, hey, I got this idea for an app. And I'm thinking it's going to look like this and that and this, and it's never been done before ever in the history of the world. That's going to probably cause you people to be like, hey, maybe get a little further along and then call me up, right? Sounds like a great idea. This is what I did at the conference. Guys, I already bought the deal. I bought the deal. Now, most people that are raising money today have not bought the deal yet. They're like, I got a deal under contract. We'd like to buy it if we could raise money. Dude, I already bought the deal. How much trust does that convey? I put my money, my time, my energy in the product. Number 4 thing you have to have is you need relationships. Now, I'm telling everybody this right now. I know this looks like some work and some time. It is worth the work and the time. I'm not telling you to become a taxi cab driver, okay? I'm not telling you to go to school for 4 years to become an engineer. I'm not telling you to go back and study being a magician for a 1.5-year course, because there's going to be great demand for a magician. This is worth taking the time to do. Right? Becoming a taxi cab driver, probably not the thing to do. Learning how to ride horses, probably not the thing to do, since we're using fewer and fewer horses. You understand what I'm saying? This is worth it, okay? Not only are you going to learn, you're not learning a job here, you're learning how to invest money that can multiply and provide you with passive income and appreciation for your family over long periods of time, even generations. The 5th thing you'll have to have is approval to raise funds. Now, this is not necessary for everyone. It is for me at the level that we're raising money. Okay, we've raised $170 million. $170 million. I didn't buy $170 million. I raised $170 million.
And when you say approval, is that from the SEC?
Well, yeah. I raised $170 million. This is all in 18 months. Like, it's almost over $10 million a month, okay? So check it out. This is Reg D. Reg D is accredited people that make over 200 grand a year. But 98% of my audience is non-accredited. And I have wanted to help called Reg A. And these are the people that I'm really interested in helping. These people have always been these people have been trying to invest money with me for years. Started with my brother, and then it was my sister, okay? And then it was a mother-in-law, okay? Well, my mother-in-law, the way we had our fund set up, she really couldn't come into my deal because she was not qualified. Ryan Secco, first time Ryan Secco invested with me, he was not qualified to invest based on the fund. So you're going to need a fund structure set up.
Which is complete bull. I mean, it's
completely
BS.
ridiculous.
I mean, I was an airline pilot making $150,000 a year.
Ryan
and I knew more about real estate.
Ryan knew more about real estate
than
90% of the wealthy people, including a billionaire that I spent time with. He's like, I don't understand your real estate at all. Damon John told me, he's like, I just don't get it. I don't understand real estate. You know, it doesn't matter how sophisticated you are. It doesn't mean you understand that vehicle, right? I might be a highly intelligent person. It doesn't mean I can fly a Gulfstream 550, right? Just because I can drive a car doesn't mean I can do that. You understand what I'm saying? So this is completely ridiculous. However,
and he finally realized that after he crashed the jet. How many times this week?
This is Reg D 200.
It was the VR. It wasn't the real thing.
200K. Okay. So what we did was this. We had this set up. By the way, this costs no money. If you're going to go out and raise.
What's that screen giving you a hard time?
Yeah. If you're going to go raise money
from accredited investors.
From accredited, that's easy. Anybody can raise money from accredited. It's not a big deal, but you will need some kind of fund or simple proposal. Even if you're going to go to 5 or 6 family members, you're going to have to go get a contract. You got to get a lawyer. These are the 5 things you have to raise money. Okay. Then what you're going to need is to make a proposal. Okay. Now we open this up to non-accredited, and a person can put in $5,000. They can now invest with us. So I need to have an offer, number 6, and the last thing, and then we'll take calls. I need to have an offer. And our offer was this. Look, if you're non-accredited and you got $5,000, you can invest with me in that deal. If you're an accredited investor, you need to invest $100,000 in that deal, okay? We pay 6%, and we do a 35-65. I have to have an offer. Hey, that table over there, we'll take your money. We're set up. You got to enter your data, your social. Tell us you're not a criminal. You don't belong to ISIS. You did not help Donald Trump win the election with the Russians. You got to sign off on a bunch of this crazy stuff. And then you're like, here's my $100,000, and then we took money, okay? Or you got $5,000, and we do a 65-35, okay? And we all sit and wait. Both of these people become passive investors. There is no promise to make money. You can see the disclosure below here. My past results, I have exceeded 15%. That's what we're going to tell you our target is. I have never done 15%. I've done more like 25 and 30% to the investor after I took 10. So just so you guys know how I make money on this deal, okay? I don't make money on this first 5 or 6%. We pay all positive cash flow out to the investors. Where I make my score is this. Investors get 65, I get 35, okay? This is where I'm hoping to get my score from. I'm hoping to get these properties to do like 30% returns, and the investors get 22, and I keep 8. But I made 8% on other people's money. It allowed me to scale my business. Now, the bigger I can make this, if I can make $1 billion here, that means I make some big money. Okay, so I'm thinking about how do I scale this thing big enough, buy enough property. I'm not trying to make money off the investor here. I'm trying to help the investor. I'm trying to do something that's never been done before. Again, goes back to the story. Okay, 5 things you got to have to do this. You got to have an audience. Got to have an audience. Got to have somebody to talk to. There's 6 people on the phones right now. A lot of people watching. Please comment below if you have a question. I'll answer it in this show. And every day we give $100 away. Just post a comment to qualify. 2, you got to be trusted. If you don't trust me right now on this show, he talks too fast. I don't like his jeans. Don't like the color of the shirt. Whatever. You don't trust me for whatever reason, or you rip somebody off so you can't trust anybody. I've been doing this 30 years. I've never ripped anybody off, never been bankrupt, never lost a deal, never lost a loan, never lost money on a real estate transaction. 3, you got to have the product. Dude, there's the product right there. Okay, here's another one we're buying right here. You can go to cardonecapital.com. Cardonecapital.com. You register, you can see deals that we look at that we can't buy. I'll show you everything that I'm doing. Every day we're posting new content at cardonecapital.com. You never have to invest any money with me. How do I build trust? I keep sharing with people transparency and showing them the products we're buying and showing them the products we can't buy. 4, you need relationships. Bankers, brokers, managers,
Yep.
sellers. Who's selling? I need contacts to be able to call somebody up. Do you have anything I could buy from you right now? I need relationships with people that would be buyers in the future. Look, if you don't have a seller in the future, if you don't have a buyer in the future, how are we going to make money? So I have to do all that. I got to buy the deal, finance the deal, manage the deal, and find a buyer to buy it from me in the future that's willing to pay me a profit.
Now, do you think like from a deal standpoint, the one behind you, is that worth more individually or as like a big portfolio?
Oh, well, okay, so Ryan's asking a question, okay? This deal is $92 million, okay? It's going to pay the investors probably 5% a year for the first 2 or 3 years. Then it's going to probably go to like 6% a year. And then, we're probably going to be around 8% a year. And somewhere in between years 7 and 8, we're going to probably sell this property. We put $32 million down there. So we're going to want to sell this for $124 million. Okay, investors get paid all their money, their cash flow, and then we split the money by doubling up. We doubled up the down payment here, okay? They get 20 million, I make 10 million off the deal, everybody's happy. Okay, their money went up 80% plus 8 years at say 750, so they made 157% of their money. Okay, and I picked up $10 million. Ryan's question is this. That's one buyer buying that deal for $92 million. But what if I do this? And this is our play. Added another deal for 100, another deal for 70, another deal for 90, another deal for 120. Okay, another deal for 200. And I bring the entire portfolio. I put all this stuff in different markets that also have a story, by the way. 92, 192, 260, 340, 460. $600 million, and I go to Blackstone and say, I want to sell the whole portfolio. Or better yet, I do that 5 times, and I got a $5 billion portfolio. And by the way, I'll stay on and manage it for you, boys. Okay, we'll get a premium for that deal. Whatever they were going to pay me for this one deal, these guys, they got all the money in the freaking world, dude. We're dealing with the gods of finance. They always have money. Okay, that's why. And again, this is part of the story. How do you exit? That's why so many of you that are playing little, Ryan had 21 units. I said, Ryan, get out of those 21 units, sell those 21 units, take all the money, put it with me. We'll make more money together. You'll make more money as a minority, passive minority in my deals than you can make in those 21 units. He tripled his money in what?
36 months.
He gave me 400 grand. I'd already bought the deal. He gave me 400 grand. See, and by the way, these are stories that you need. Success, sales. Okay, he walked away with $1.2 million. What I did was I bought $83 million worth, it was $63 million worth of property. I don't know what percentage that is. Sold that for $91 million. Why did I sell it for 91?
I think it was like 1% of the equity.
Because it was 4 deals, not one deal. Okay? Because somebody came along and said, I want the whole portfolio. Who bought it from me? Rich dude. Real rich. That's what he does. He owns 4 times more apartments than I own. He owns 20,000 units. He wants to own 40,000. He could be a buyer for my product, that product behind me in the future. Okay, you got to have those relationships. So those are the 6 things that we did at our conference that allowed me to raise $15 million in a public audience at one time in under 90 minutes. Okay, let's talk to our callers.
All right, you got Brandon in Georgia.
I'm telling you all this, by the way, so you can see, you can go do these deals on your own. All right, and every Monday I offer something to people. If you post a comment below, I'm gonna find somebody to give $100 to. I tell you what else. I'll tell you what else I do right now, okay? You need a story. You need a reason to move people, okay? Tell you what I'll do today. Anybody that does 10,000, a new 10,000, if you've already invested with me, that won't count. Anybody that does a new $10,000, I'll give you my grantcardone.com/real estate course. It's at our website for $11,000. It's, I think it's 2 different video programs and the book. It's $11,185. I'll give you that course when you put in 10 grand today, okay? So you need a reason to move people, okay? You need a reason to cause people to buy now, do it right now, okay? We already have the product. We just closed on a couple deals. Your money's gonna sit in there because we're out shopping property every day. I'm out shopping every day. I'm looking for new product. I'm accumulating cash every day. I get a cash report every day. And the reason I'm accumulating cash is I'm calling brokers up on the phone saying, hey dude, what you got? I got this much money. I got 100. What? I got 100. What? I got 100.
What are you seeing right now, just from a market standpoint?
Why am I calling them? I'm like, hey guys, I'm trolling. Every day you got to be trolling in the water. So again, you got to have an audience. You got to have a story. You got to be trusted. You got to have relationships. I'm calling my relationships. Hey dude, I got 100. That's it? I got 100. I got 100. It could buy $400 million worth of real estate. Right there on this page can buy $400 million. Okay? I'm ready to roll, dude. Do you need to see it? Do you need to see it? So I'm calling them trolling every day until we find somebody who says, hey bro, here. Because anybody can find product. Can you find the right deal on the product though? Okay? And that costs money, by the way. We're always bidding on deals. I'm throwing out bait all the time, trying to get deals. Bait costs money. The boat costs money. I'm out trolling the waters, right? Time, energy, and resources. Brandon, how you doing?
Oh my God, you are so.
Hey Brandon, do you have a deal or do you have a question? Go ahead, my brother.
All right, so I found this deal out in Detroit, right? 8 units. They're asking for $200,000. Rents are going for $600 for the 8 units. My only question is, it's a rough neighborhood.
Yeah, don't do it, dude. Don't do it. Dude. Don't even try to make sense of it, man. Just move on.
As soon as he said Detroit.
You know, it's like being in a club. Being in a club and you see this. I mean, it's awful what you see. You're like, should I ask him to go home with me? No, dude, look, you've already decided this is not a good thing to do. Okay. By the way, this real estate does not go home as easy as a human being. You can get a human being out of your house. You can't get 8 units. Okay? You know the answer to that, bro. Leave that thing alone, man.
So what about Detroit? What do you think about Detroit?
Well, it's not Detroit I'm worried about. It's that one deal. So, but then if you know, now that you asked me about Detroit, I mean, I don't love that story. You know why? Number 2, I don't trust Detroit.
Why is that?
I don't trust that jobs will stay there. I don't trust Ford Motor Company. Ford Motor Company was $16 5 years ago. It's $8 today. I don't trust the automobile industry.
What about all the other development that's going on out there?
Yeah, I know all that. I know all that downtown, all that down. But you didn't say it was downtown. You said it's 8 units.
Yeah, it's an 8 unit.
I don't trust winter. I don't trust winter, dude. I don't trust the winter. You understand? I just don't trust it, bro. I trust numbers, and it says we don't have positive migration into Michigan.
It's true.
Okay, be great, man.
All right, you got Daniel in California.
Daniel, what's going on, buddy? How you doing? Daniel, you got a deal or you got a question?
Yeah, a question. My question is, I have your real estate book. When is there audiobook going to be released?
The audio book is available now. If you want Natalie can help you hook up with it.
Okay.
It's ridiculous too. By the way, any of you that read any of my books, if you get any of my books, I wait about 3 to 4 months to do the audio version. I think we waited about 3 or 4 months on this one. I went to Turks and Caicos and shot the whole audio version of this. It was freaking amazing. So I read the book. What? Okay, I do the book. I do the book, and then I go to.
Mr. Seth just did the first 10,000, so he gets.
Yeah. So anybody that grabs the 10,000, anybody that puts in 10,000, I know a lot of you have been. We have about 20,000 people. Audience, got to have an audience. Audience has got to trust you. Just because they trust you today, by the way, doesn't mean they're ready to go today. Got to have a product. Got to have an offer. Got to have a reason. Okay. Need a relationship. I got to have these deals. I got to continue to have a relationship with you, by the way, if I want you to invest with me. And then I need enough people in our pipeline, by the way, that even if you have 10 grand, doesn't mean we're going to say, yeah, you can be in the fund. So you do your registration, your paperwork at cardonecapital.com. I need a website for people to go to. I need a place where people can go enter all their data in. Okay, then you need to move your money in, okay, because it's first come, first serve. And then we'll call you up and say, we're going to ask you a few questions and say, yes, you're qualified, or no, you have a bad attitude. We'd rather not do business with you. If you have a bad attitude on the call, we will not take your money. Okay, so you're not doing me a favor here. I'm doing you a favor when you guys invest with us. Just trust me on this. Or don't trust me. And if you don't trust me, don't do business with me. Your pipeline, your audience has got to be big enough so that you can tell that story to. Unfortunately, most people with crowdfunding, none of this existed, 3 years ago?
2013 was the Jobs Act.
What I'm doing right now, I could not do in 2013. In 2016, I still could not offer this to the non-accredited investors. It's guys like me that went and fought with Congress to say, hey, add to the workforce bills, the
legislation.
What was the name of the
Jobs Act?
The Jobs Act. Mm-hmm. Add to it that this is not just for rich people, but Johnny the camera guy can invest with me too. So we got that approved. Okay. So Daniel,
You can find it online.
yeah, you got him hooked up. Okay. All right.
You got 2 more callers.
Okay. 2 more callers.
You got Melvin in San Francisco.
Melvin, how's it going?
Do you have a deal, or do you have
a
question?
deal, or do you have a question?
Uncle G, how you?
Good. What's going on, player? See, a guy like
I actually have.
Yeah, like a guy like Melvin. I mean, there's no way you're going to be able to buy real estate in San Francisco. Like, he has to move outside of his market to buy. Now, the question is, does he want to go to Sacramento and buy? Because the next most likely place for him to buy would be Sacramento. And personally, I would not want to be in Sacramento in this next downturn. So he'll have to go to Sacramento to get any kind of return on his money that's close to him. And when he does, he's going to get banged. You can't afford to buy in San Francisco. The returns are just negligible. Go ahead, Melvin.
Right.
Go ahead.
That's out of state.
Yeah, you're gonna now he's gonna go out of state, right? I can't hear it.
Yeah.
Huh? It's banging. See, I mean, they don't even have cell service over there.
You done?
You got 1,029 people on YouTube right
Okay, how many?
1,029.
Yeah, look, 1,029 people on YouTube watching right now. Please take a moment. This is a free show. I do this for you guys every Monday, just so you know. 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We go live on YouTube. Please post the comments. Even after the show, you go back and watch the show if you got a question, a comment, situation. I want to thank Melvin for being here, calling in today, Daniel, Brandon. Also want to thank all the people online, Ryan, Francesco, Kayla. Thank you for being online right now watching the show. Post in comments below. To raise money, $15 million in 90 minutes, you have to have an audience. You got to get the trust to the audience. By the way, when you're doing a presentation, whether it's at the Olive Tree to 15 people, or you're doing a Marlin Stadium and there's 34,000 people, you need the attention of the audience. You got to get people's attention at 6:30 in the afternoon. Hey guys, I want to talk to you about real estate. Do I have your attention? Good. Now you got to build trust. Let me tell you what I'm doing here. I got to show them the product that I'm doing. If you have the product, you got a better chance of raising money. To buy the product first means you need your own money first. You need the deal. You need the financing. You need the management. It's very easy to do this when I can say, we already have the property. It's already cash flowing. I already got approved for the loan. Dude, I've already paid myself money in the deal. Now you come in. So it's a much easier story to tell, Ryan. Wouldn't you agree?
100%. Yeah, it's
then let me collect some money and I'm gonna go find a deal. Very difficult to
well
pull.
because what a lot of syndicators what they want to do is they want to go out and make a lot of offers on deals, and then if they can raise the money, then
Yeah.
they'll close on the deal. So what happens is all the money goes into the account. They have no deals.
Yeah, and just so you know, when I go buy a deal like this, the seller is interviewing me and probably 3 other people and saying, do you have money? Have you done the due diligence? How did you underwrite the deal? Like the seller is asking me how I underwrote the deal.
Mm-hmm.
We just put a deal under contract. I'll give you an example of a deal we did, okay? We put a deal under contract. We wanted 90 million. We ended up doing this deal. Actually, this deal went a while, okay? Started at 84. I said, look, it'll take at least 84, and some people bit. And I'm like, hey, maybe we're messing this deal up. Then it went to 86. I told Ryan, bring me deals, because we're out shopping deals. We're trying to sell a deal. 86, I said, I don't think so, Ryan. We end up selling this deal for $91 million over a period of a year, right? We had 8 investors in the deal. 8, maybe 9 max. I was the majority deal in the deal. Same thing. I bought the deal, told my friends about it. Some people came in. When this guy made me this offer, one thing I asked him was, show me your underwriting. It's called UW. Show me your underwriting. Show me your finances. Oh man, we own this many units. You can look us up online. Good, dude. Show me the finances. Where's the money coming from? Just because they're a big group doesn't mean they get their money. And in this situation, they weren't using their money. They were using somebody else's money, and their partner bailed out the first time. They came back and offered me the 91 again. I said, great. Let me see your underwriting again. We gave it to you already. Let me see it again. And they're going to show me how they underwrite the deal to a 5% return. It was a 1970 built product. I wish I had a picture of it right now. 4 different properties. We paid, what did I pay, 63?
63, yep.
Okay, we made $28 million for our investors because I said, show me your underwriting, show me your financing, okay? Show me your contract. That's the other thing you're going to want on the buy and the sell.
Are you qualifying them when you're going through
I'm
these?
qualifying the buyer. Mm-hmm. I'm heavily qualifying the buyer so that I don't put a deal under contract and it blows out. Because what you don't want to do is when you bring a product to market and it doesn't bring the number, it starts to get like
soft.
It starts to get, yeah, they brought it to market already, it didn't sell. They couldn't get their number. It's overpriced, whatever. Okay? So, a lot to learn in the real estate game, folks. It's worth learning it. Okay? Anyone that does 10,000 with us today, minimum 10,000, it's got to be a new 10,000. I will give you my real estate program. That's the audio and video, not the masterclass. Okay. Natalie. Because Natalie will give it all. That's about 50 hours of video, by the way. No, I'm sorry, wait a minute. It's 30 hours of video. 30 hours of video, plus audio program, plus the book. And it's freaking awesome. You need to learn the game. By the way, I want to recommend that anybody that does invest with me, you should know what I'm doing, right? You should know what I'm doing. If you're going to go invest with a syndicator, a REIT, a Fundrise, you should go visit them. You should read what they're buying. You should ask them how much money they have in the deal. You should ask them if they've been to the property. I assure you, there are people raising money right now that have no idea what they're investing in. Much like Wall Street. People invest in IPOs and stocks and Lyfts and Ubers and, oh my God, the next great thing, the Bitcoin. They have no clue what they're buying. I, on the other hand, know what I'm buying. I know what I'm buying so well that I already bought it. Okay, so I'm buying it. So we're out shopping every day and we know exactly what we're shopping for, exactly what we're trying to buy, exactly what kind of returns, exactly who the seller is. I talk about all this in the book. Don't buy it until you know who you can exit with. Don't buy the product if you don't know the location. Don't buy the product if you don't know the rents. Don't buy the product if you don't know who the renter is going to be. Don't buy it if you don't know who the manager is going to be of that property. Different people can manage different properties. Sometimes you need a really positive person managing a property, and sometimes you need a policeman. Okay? So got to have an audience. Got to have an audience. This is how I raised $15 million. I had an audience. Boom, I'm trusted with that audience. Even though I was trusted with the audience, I still had to tell my story of why you need to trust me again at 6:30 in the afternoon or Friday night. I had the product in place, that builds trust. This is the product. I need relationships, bankers, lenders, bankers and lenders, brokers, buyers, sellers, managers, and I need approval to raise money. Not everybody can raise money, by the way, okay? Beyond 3 or 4 people. And the more approval you have from the higher ups that are regarded in our culture as the regulators. In this case, the SEC approved me to raise money from Reg A and Reg D, accredited and non-accredited investors.
Just starting out, what do you think is the hardest out of those 4?
Finding a product. Hardest thing you're going to have to do is it's not the audience, it's not trust, it's not relationships. Most of you out there have that. Most of you are trusted, you got friends and family members that do stuff. You can't find the right product. You get the right product, you build a story around the product. Heck, we just bought a deal in Sugar Land, Texas, $70 million. What's the story there, Ryan? Sugar Land. Why Sugar Land? Not Houston.
Well, it's very organized for one.
Yeah.
So when you go there, it's a very clean community. From a building standpoint, I mean, it's a very quality build. So all the stuff that you look at, it's in great locations, low barriers to entry, great.
High barriers to entry.
High barriers to entry.
Very,
Yep.
very, very difficult to build in Sugar Land.
Great schools, great community. I mean, you're looking for that
It's going to be
community
an easy thing to sell later. Hey guys, I'm ready to exit.
And look, the homes are $1.2 million, 1.5, and you're buying it for $200,000 a unit, right? So the split there.
Yeah. The disparity between a home and the price to buy a unit. The last thing I'll tell you about is this: like when we bought the Sugar Land deal, it's part of our Fund 4 and 5 right now. I know when I buy that deal, when you go to sell an 8-unit deal, like Brandon I think called about the 8-unit deal, he doesn't know how he's going to sell it. Like if you don't know the exit, he doesn't know how he's going to get rid of her in the morning. That's why you don't bring it home. Okay, so when we go to sell our Sugar Land deal, I'm going to make a phone call to like 10 different groups and say, I'm ready to exit.
Big players, right?
Yeah, guys, good. How much you want to make, Grant? Well, we 70 million, we put 28 million down. I need to sell this for 98 to $100 million. Like this isn't a drug deal. Okay, everybody knows my cost. It's not like a car deal. Dude, there's my cost. I'm in at 70. I want to be out at 100. Here's the numbers. Here's there's no hiding anything here. It's all transparent. I'm going to make 30 million on the deal. And all the groups, not one of them will have a problem with it. Now they're going to see how much over 100 they can go. They don't care that I'm making money. Everybody in my game knows that's the only reason we would sell it, to make money. And the only reason they would buy it and let me make money is because they think in 10 years, they're going to make 30 million too. And that's what happens in real estate, folks. If you're buying the right real estate at the right time, at the right price, the next person will make money on the deal as well. Nobody has to lose in this game. People just keep making money, okay? My name's Grant Cardone, CardoneCapital.com. If you just want to watch the deals we're doing, you can go register there. It costs you nothing. CardoneCapital.com. That's CardoneCapital.com. If you're ready to invest now, there's 2 funds open. One for accredited, that's Fund 4. Non-accredited, Fund 5. The non-accredited, heavy warning here, the non-accredited is almost filled. So if you're coming in, you can come in for a minimum of $5,000. If you do $10,000, I'll give you our real estate program. Got to do that today though to take advantage of it, or maybe till tonight or something.
And we've been seeing too, the average is right around $25,000, $30,000.
Average investor at Cardone Capital Fund, Equity Fund 5 is about $22,500. Sometimes it goes to 25, sometimes it drops down to 20.
And this isn't a bold statement, but the cap is $50 million. And you've already received commitments for 35.
Yeah.
And so there hasn't been another real estate company or group that has.
Nobody's ever raised this much money this fast without advertising. Just hadn't been done. Now there's REITs that launch IPOs and stuff that launch, and they'll do, crazy numbers in seconds. But we have not advertised. We are not on Wall Street. You are going direct. The only people that are hearing about this right now are the people watching YouTube. Okay, or if y'all share it on Facebook later on. The only people that hear about this offer, we're not advertising on radios. So we've raised $170 million Because what I've done is this. One, you know me, okay? I'm basically this guy. That's a picture of me. Let me get my little spiky hair and some biceps.
Put a little mustache on there too.
Let me get I worked out my legs this weekend too. Okay.
Leg day.
Abs. Okay? And what I'm doing is rather than going to Wall Street right here, and then they go to you, I just cut them out. Okay? And went straight to the investor. Said, hey, you want to invest with me? Okay? And then we partner on those deals. I'm an investor in the deal. I get paid cash flow just the way you do. I want to be paid every month, so I want you to. As long as the properties produce positive cash flow, we distribute that positive cash flow to the investors on a monthly basis.
And also, look, I mean, all the investors who want to come and invest with you, CardoneCapital.com is where they want to go. And all the paperwork, so people call and they have a lot of questions, right?
Yeah.
All the documentation, and this goes back to how to raise money, $15 million in 90 minutes.
Yeah.
You have everything laid out beautifully. So when they go to CardoneCapital.com, they can see the offering circular on CardoneCapital.com/invest now. Or for Fund 5, they can go on there and get the PPM, which is the private placement memorandum. So all the legal documents have to be in order.
Everything's got to be in order. Everything's got to be filled out. I mean, look, the SEC looks at this stuff, so I have to have everything in order. Tremendous amount of liability on my point. I can't consummate the deal. We will send your money back. You send us the money and everything's not filled out. We'll be like, dude, this doesn't work. I don't want to fill out anything else. Well, good. Then I got to send your money back. Okay. Now, some of you are asking right now, what's my return on 10 grand? Look. There's 50 million in the fund. Okay, so you're going to get the same percentage as this guy that gets 1 million and this guy that put in the other 49. Like there's no, because you put in more money. Percentages are percentages. The more money you put in, okay, the more money you make. So look, if you got one investor at 10,000 and one investor at 1 million, it doesn't change anything. We expect a 5 to 10% return annually. But let's say it's just 5% return annually. Okay, but we expect this to do 15% by the time we exit. So with cash flow and upon the time we exit and including all fees, this guy would earn 15% on his money and this guy would earn 15% on his money after exit, okay? So how much is that a year? I don't know. It depends on how much the property cash flows. So depending on the cash flow of the property, 10,000 could be $500 a year, it could be $1,000 a year, somewhere in between, it could be $200 a year. But at the end of this term, these guys, this guy right here, okay, and this guy right here, Mr. Happy. Mr. Happy over here thinks his $1 million, he thinks it's going to be worth $3 million. That's why he bought the deal. Worst case is $2 million and I was paid to wait. I doubled. Worst case is I get my $1 million back and I was paid while I waited for nothing. But I didn't lose my damn money. Okay, this is Grant Cardone. This is how I invest. I don't want to lose my damn $1 million. You're coming in, you're basically buying 10,000 of my $1 million at no premium. I'm giving it to you at the same price I paid for it. Like it's a crazy deal. Okay? We don't charge anything on top of that, right? We just let your 10 grand come in and buy this. So now my position's $990 if there was just two investors. Okay, my goal is to turn this $990. First of all, protect it. Number one, protect it. Number two, double it. Number three, hey, maybe I did something stupid. Perfect timing, killed it, and hit a triple. Okay, my name's Grant Cardone, CardoneCapital.com. Go there, do all your paperwork. Get your money in, non-accredited, particularly non-accredited.
1.2 million last month.
Okay, get your money in. Last month, while these people waited, the people that got into the fund already, we distributed 1.2 million, a little more than that actually. I think this was a 57,
I think it was like 1.26
Yeah. What? Something close to that. Approximately. What's the approximate thing?
I can promise you it didn't end in zeros.
Something like that. I don't know.
It was 1.265.
$1.2 million
350, yeah.
last month. We think we'll do exactly that this month, maybe a little more. So those are already in the fund. Those deals are already allocated. They're getting paid right now. Okay, so I'm out looking every day. When does your money go to work? I'm out looking every day. Every single day I'm looking. When I find the right deal, I have the money ready. Put your money in Cardone Capital. Sit and wait for me to score a deal, and then we'll start paying you too, okay? Thanks for watching today. Good luck raising your own money if you want to do it yourself. Hey, if you like this video, make sure you go watch this video right now. I'll see you there.